fading. You know what? I can never be faded. That's right. Commish Radio Show back again. Hour number 2. Hey, hour number 2. And you know what? You know, when you hear that, the champ is here, and you hear that beating like that, that's like calling the universe to order. And that's what this is about. We have judges that call things to order. But you know what? Hey, you never had 4 of them before in one spot. In one spot. Man, we're making history today. We're making history today. And check this out. This is Tarrant 4, or 4 Tarrant. Yeah, 4 Tarrant. You know, so we're going to go ahead and let them introduce their name, introduce themselves. You know, we need to get like Jay-Z, let me introduce myself. So, you know, so we're going to go ahead and let them do what they do. So we're going to start with Leesa.
Good afternoon. I'm Leesa Pamplin. I'm a candidate for County Criminal Court number 5.
Good afternoon. It is your Tarrant County Judicial candidate for County Criminal Court number 7, MarQ Clayton.
Good afternoon. I am Ray-Gayden, and I am Tarrant County's Democratic candidate for the 324th Family Court.
Good afternoon. My name is Ebony Turner, and I'm your judicial candidate for Tarrant County Criminal Court number 6.
Man, I'm so impressed. Y'all are so organized and everything. You did it just like it is on the...
We've been doing it for a while.
I was following along. I was going like, okay.
Yes.
I was going like, am I going to have to go? Okay. I said, oh, no, just follow along. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. I mean, don't get any better than that. You know, I wanted to interview you, you know, but, you know, it seems like you're going to be up here all day long.
Yes.
All day.
Yes.
You know, all day long. So, what other shows y'all up here for?
We have Black Mature Women next at 1 p.m. Our girl, Noelle Bowen, will be holding it down. So right after you, we shoot right to the next one.
Black Mature Women.
Yes. And then this evening, we will be on Am I Worth the Time show, 5 to 6 p.m.
So we got Black Mature Women that are clearly worth the time.
Absolutely.
I told y'all gonna do it like that. See, I did. I told y'all gonna do it.
I love it.
I said, yeah. So I said, I'm gonna figure out how to put that in there.
And you did.
I did. So why are you running for office? I mean, you know, I've never interviewed 4 people at one time, but you know, y'all, let's just kick it. Let's do it like that. I mean, you know, Tarrant County is blue.
No,
Not yet.
No, it ain't.
it's not.
No.
It ain't?
Not yet.
No,
It
not
ain't?
even
How
a little
can we
bit.
make it blue?
We ain't even got dropped.
We-
We ain't
Right
even
here.
dark red.
Right here, we sitting in front of you. This is how we
That's
start.
how-
This is how we
okay.
start
start.
to make
That's
it
how we
blue.
do it?
Because this is a drop in the bucket right
You
here.
drop in a bucket.
Drop in the bucket.
So, okay, so what's the plan? What's the pathway to victory?
Educating voters. That's been our biggest platform, educating the voters. When the voters understand their role, what they're voting for, who they're voting for, it gives them a personable aspect of elections. Oftentimes we vote for our presidential races and we don't consider what's down ballot. And so we're going to be down the ballot, and we want people to understand our roles, if elected, how impactful that is in your life, your families, your household, your neighbors, your friends, your church members. So our biggest platform is educating voters, because when voters are educated, they vote.
Okay.
And not only
right.
teaching them who to vote for, but how to vote as well.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's educate them on who you are, and I'll since you've already set the order of things, we'll go with Leesa. Ms. Pam.
I am Leesa Pamplin. I've been a public servant in Tarrant County since 1986. I was a former police officer with the city of Arlington. I stayed there until I went to law school, where I graduated from, it was Texas Wesleyan, now it's Texas A&M. And upon graduating, I became an assistant district attorney in 1998, and I stayed in that role until 2004, where I've been in private practice doing strictly criminal defense. County Criminal Court number 5 is a domestic violence court, and the unique qualities I bring is the fact that I've seen firsthand, from being a police officer, the effects of domestic violence on the victims and also the children. And my first assignment at the DA's office was as a prosecutor in domestic violence court, the court that I'm running for. And so my unique blend of experience, prosecuting and defending, makes me the best candidate for County Court 5.
Now, that's a very unique background, former policewoman.
Yes.
Why did you decide to choose, why? Why leave the police force to do that?
Well, I left the police force not of my own free will. I was injured in the line of duty and sustained, had to have 4 knee operations as a result. But my path was always to go to law school. It just happened sooner than what I anticipated. But God always has a plan.
And in a way that you didn't anticipate.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm
This
Mark.
is like being at one of those forums where you have to share the mic and you have to pass
Yes.
it down.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
used to that
we
kind
gonna
of
make,
thing. Yeah.
We are. We're going to make it work. There we go.
Make it work.
Listen at her. We okay. I'm gonna move on. I'm Mark.
Yeah,
Clayton.
because you're getting off topic now.
I am. She was trying to start something.
I was trying to start.
You
First
got
of all,
to.
you're starting stuff because you're coming in. I thought y'all was a singing group when you.
We got our outfits on and
We do.
everything.
We do.
Like
It's
you're
coordinated.
like you're 80 singing group.
Yes.
That's right.
We
Whatever
trying to
it
be
takes.
as
Yeah.
coordinated as we used to be
It's
back
a
in the
brand.
day.
It's a brand.
So, and just to clear up that little confrontation, I'm just kidding. We got 2 AKs here and 2 Deltas, so we got a little. She said a little something.
Okay,
there.
all right.
Okay,
So,
but let me
okay,
get
so
it going.
AKAs and deltas. Okay, okay.
yes.
Before we go into it, because Divine Nine, we got to go through that.
Yes, we
So
do. Black history, too.
I'm an alpha, so you know.
Okay,
We came to
So,
represent
you know,
with
I
our black and
saw the
gold.
black and gold. I
See,
saw
we
that.
was
I
ready.
saw that.
We
Yeah,
thought about you.
I saw that.
So my background, I am, I own my own criminal practice. So I practice criminal defense primarily here in Tarrant County. And prior to that, I was a prosecutor down in Hood County. So I do have experience
In
on
Hood County.
In Hood County, yes, Granbury,
Okay.
Texas. I was the first African American prosecutor
You got
in
out,
Hood
huh?
County ever. And you
Okay.
know what? I got to say that experience was actually way better than I thought it
How
would
so?
be. So my boss, who was the county attorney at the time, who hired me, she was of the impression that we handled our own cases. So my prosecuting office was not one that needed numbers or stats or got pressure from above to do a certain thing. If it was my case, it was my case from intake to the end of the case. I decided whether to file it or not. I decided what I was going to offer. Even if I went to my boss for some direction, her last words would be, but it's your case, you do what you want to do with it. So that was a different outtake than in many other counties. Some prosecutors are bound by the higher ups and they have to go with what they say, or they can't move a case without permission and things like that. And so I really did appreciate that experience. In addition to that, it was a small county, so I jumped right in. The first week of being hired, I was in trial. So wasted no time with getting trial experience, and that really catapulted me and gave me what I needed to start my own practice, and I haven't looked back. So I do criminal defense now primarily. I'm also community engaged. I am, like we mentioned, I'm in the Arlington chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I serve as the treasurer there. I'm the president of the Black Legal Association in Tarrant County. It's called the L. Clifford Davis Legal Association, and we do have
Now, what's the name of that again?
L. Clifford Davis, who is a living legend as we speak right now. And
Still goes to court.
Oh.
I'm not court. He still goes to the office and everything.
he still goes in, he still does meetings, he still does
I interviewed him
events, he
before,
is of sound mind.
Right.
I mean,
he's like 90-something years old.
yes. So true, real, living legend
In the flesh.
in the flesh. So, and I'm the president this year of the Legal Association.
Okay.
I'm running mainly for the diversity. That's the number one reason. So I have the qualifications, I have the experience to hold the seat, but Tarrant County is in need of a judge like us. Tarrant County is 2.1 million large. We have 58 courts that are county-wide seats, have jurisdiction over the entire county. 43 of those are elected. 0 of those are held by an African-American female. and only one, which is even not an elected bench in the juvenile court, is held by a minority female. And that is just not an accurate reflection of Tarrant County. In addition to that, we are all running on the Democratic ticket. There are no Democratic judges in Tarrant County. So we are a far cry, not one. Not when, and then when we say that, we're talking on the county and district court level. So those are your county-wide seats. We do have some representation on the Justice of the Peace in some of the municipalities, but when you get downtown to those county-wide seats, not one. And so, as we've been educating people through our civics, our goal, we want balance. Tarrant County needs balance. There has to be representation for some of everybody. And so that's the first problem that I saw and felt there was a need to run. I also want to restore compassion onto the bench, and that's simply treating people with dignity and respect, regardless of the reason that they're there. Some of these judges are kind of on their high horse, and they look down on people and they talk down on people, not only clients, but attorneys as well. And I think that's unacceptable. I also want to ensure that everyone in furthering their education of the judicial system in my court is aware of opportunities, resources, programs, or whatever is available to them to help build them up as a person, in hopes that they don't return or reoffend, and that they can go on and live a better life. And then help with the overcrowded jails. And we can do that. My court's a misdemeanor court. It's not specifically designated. So I would be handling all type of misdemeanors in the county. And there are people who are sitting in jail for really low-level misdemeanor, nonviolent offenses. And jail should not be the place for them. We shouldn't be having to spend our taxpayer dollars on housing those type of individuals for those type of offenses. So that's my main platform. That's why I'm running. That's a little bit about me. I'm a mom of two, and my to-dos is travel, maybe a massage day, out to eat, hang out with friends and family. That's me.
That's it. Okay. Hey, now I have a question.
Okay.
And I'm just looking at this right here.
Yeah.
And it says County Criminal Court number 5 for Miss Pamplin. County Criminal Court number 7 for Miss Clayton. And County Criminal Court number, which one is this? 6. 5, 6, and 7. Y'all were
5,
very
6, and
coordinated,
7.
weren't you?
And not even intentional.
Not intentional.
It
You just
Right.
all this time you just figured it out. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so County Criminal Court number 6. I'll go to County Criminal Court number 6, and then I'll ask the question to Ms. Gayden. County Criminal Court number 6, Ms. Turner.
Yes, I'm Ebony Turner. I am running for Tarrant County Criminal Court number 6. Like Leesa's court, it is a family violence court, newly designated. And this is my 21st year practicing law, primarily criminal. I began my legal career as a domestic violence hotline attorney in Austin for the Women's Advocacy Project. So I was an advocate for victims of domestic violence. After that, I went on to work for the legislature as a legislative attorney, drafting bills and laws in the area of criminal and corrections. We decided to make the move to DFW to be closer to home, family, my husband's family, and so that job was only in Austin. So when I got to DFW, I only applied for public defender and DA jobs, and the Dallas County Public Defender's Office called me first and offered me a job. So I spent 4 years at the Dallas County Public Defender's Office, where I handled thousands of criminal cases and represented many persons accused of assault family violence. I have also been an adjunct professor here in Tarrant County, at Tarrant County College, teaching criminal justice courses. The first one I taught right off top was domestic violence. So I have lots of experience in family violence and criminal cases. I am running on the platform of effective judgments and efficient justice. So effective judgments just means we're not just locking people up. We are going to be looking at their background. We're going to be looking at whether they may have a mental health issue, which I'm super passionate about, whether they may have a disability. As a mom of a son with Down syndrome, very near and dear to my heart. Also, if they have drug and alcohol addictions, we're going to be looking at that. Their socioeconomic status, whether they were victims of domestic violence themselves growing up. So they may need trauma therapy. So those are the kinds of things we're going to be looking at in my court. And that's where the effective judgments piece comes in. And then also the efficient justice piece is, like I said, I've handled thousands of cases. There's a huge backlog of criminal cases in Tarrant County. I am the perfect person to handle that because I've done it successfully for 15 years, handling thousands of cases. And so that's what we're going to do, that to reduce taxpayer dollars and save you all some money in Tarrant County.
Well, apparently y'all about saving money because y'all on the same card together.
Okay.
Wow.
I love it. We don't use
I
that.
told you.
Yeah, we about saving that money.
So it's gonna be a fun show. See, I look
That
down
was
like look down. Apparently, like my
Yeah,
breath. Yeah, and my teacher said you'll never amount to anything by talking like that. Yeah,
Here you are.
Here I am. All right. Okay, last but not least, Crystal Ray-Gayden, 324th District Court. See, everybody else has county criminal court. Yours say
This is the education
324th
piece.
District Court.
Yes.
324th District Court. And see, you didn't think you was gonna learn something today.
You will today.
And there you are. You're gonna learn
We're gonna
today.
learn today.
Yes.
What's the difference between a 324? What's the difference between a district court and a county criminal court?
Well, in this particular situation, it's subject matter.
Yeah.
The 324th District Court handles family law cases. So those are your divorces, your child support, your custody cases. My 3 other colleagues, they're going to be handling criminal cases. And so Tarrant County has designated 6 district courts in Tarrant County that handle specifically and only family law cases. And one of those courts is the 324th District Court. We are all running county-wide races. And so don't be confused by the number. You don't have to live in a precinct 5, 6, or 7. You don't have to live in the 324th district. So long as you live in one of the 42 cities in Tarrant County, you can cast a vote for each one of us.
All right, you heard it there. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna play a couple of drops. We're gonna ask the attorneys to perform a drop, which I always get them nervous when they do that. But you know, you've heard some of the drops before, and Angelo has a couple of them right now that he'll play. Like, you know, you hear from Judge John Cruzo, you hear his drop or whatever. But you know, we're playing Handle This. This is a CD by my daughter Janelle Gray. We're gonna play some of that music as well. Her play is coming up at AT&T Performing Arts Center. It's called Rage. It's about black women. You know, black mature women at that. But you know what? The rage is getting out to vote. And that's what you need to do. And you need to fall in love with democracy
Indeed.
Yes.
and get out and vote. Early voting starts February 14th. We'll
Yes.
be right back.
This is your community constable, Bill Gibson, representing Garland, Mesquite, Rowlett, Saxe, Centerville, and East Dallas in Precinct 2, Dallas County. And you are tuned into The Commish with Ed Gray.
Hey, this is No, host of the Black Mature Woman Show on Fishbowl Radio Network. Check out the show every Thursday from 1 to 3. So you can hear a sister that knows and understands other sisters. Don't miss Black Mature Woman Show.
On FishbowlRadioNetwork.com.
Jump in.
All right, back again, making it look good. Commish Radio Show. You can pick this up. Can you handle this? Can you handle this? You can pick this up, CD baby. But you can also contact me. You know, I have a couple of these just hanging around here for sale. Running for $15, collector's item, if you will. I'll even sign it if you like.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll even sign it if you like. But you know, that's what we're doing right now. We were talking during break about making it look good, and only one thing that can make Tarrant County look good is if I'm supposed to be nonpartisan, but I want Tarrant County to be blue. I really do.
Yeah.
You know, I really do. I want it to be blue, and hey, for Tarrant, you know, and that's what we need to do is make it look good.
Okay.
So, how do we make it look good on that?
You elect for Tarrant, and that'll automatically bring some beauty to the benches.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But so election day is literally here. Monday starts early voting. One thing that a lot of people, and we teach this in civics, you can vote anywhere in the county. So you don't have to vote even on election day. You don't have to vote near your home. You can vote wherever you want to. So Monday, February 14th, go early, show us some love on the 14th, and then it runs through the 25th for early voting, and then the election day is on March 1st. Now, if you just can't make it on any of the 10 early voting days, you can stroll to the polls with us on March 1st in Fort Worth. We're going to go to the Miller, is it called the Miller Subcourthouse? Yeah, the subcourthouse that's on Miller Street. Follow our page. We'll get a flyer put out, but we do highly encourage early voting, though, to avoid lines and things like that. But if not, we're going to stroll together.
Stroll, huh?
Stroll.
Still on the yard doing the
Stay on the yard.
sorority stuff. Yeah. So move down a little bit.
Okay.
Miss Pamplin.
Yeah,
Let's get in
come
there.
on in.
Yeah, it's like I know, you know, okay, this is a cultural thing, you know. Some people don't know about this stuff, but back in the day at my grandmother's house, I used to sit at the little table for a little while until I got big enough to be at the big
you
table.
Go to the adult table.
You was at the little table. So yeah, I had to bring you around here, you know, so that was it. So down ballot, you know, a lot of people don't, you know, that's the I'm just saying about this show is that we give everyone an opportunity to participate, you know, on the show, you know, and a lot of people don't look at down ballot. You know, they think the most important thing is the top, which is the governor in this case. You know, I want to vote for governor. They may go to the county judge, you know. And then after that, they say, I don't know nobody beyond that.
Right. Yes, because President Biden and Beto won Tarrant County. Yes. But it didn't equate to the people that was at the bottom of the ballot.
So he won, but the other people down ballot
Did not
win.
Nope.
So that's the most important thing we have to do is we have to make sure that everybody keep going.
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Crystal.
As a great example.
Break it down.
Yes.
Crystal.
Yes.
So we've been doing civics now for the last year.
Wait, but hold on, Crystal got that voice like that. You say it again. I mean, it's my show, and I was getting scared earlier. She was like, I said, I don't want to go in front of her court.
But you do.
Mr. Gray, like,
You
hey,
do.
You know, and at least y'all were on time. I had some judges. Angelo, you remember we had judges that wasn't on time and everything, and I couldn't do nothing. I was like, I had to do 4 or 5 Instagrams and everything. Well, go ahead.
Well, for the last year, we have been doing our Civics 101. That's where we provide some educational information to our community. And one of the things that we push definitely is voting down ballot, because the bottom of the ballot is where you're going to find your foundation and your strength. The top of the ballot needs everyone down ballot to be effective in his or her role. And so we've learned that most people will get in line and stand in line for hours at a time when you talk about your presidential race. But when we get down ballot, people either walk away, just are not informed, or simply do not care. So one of the things we ask all of our participants at Civics 101 is, how many times have you voted in your presidential race? And we ask them to either stand up or show by raising their hand. And the entire room usually will always raise their hand. Yes, you voted in your presidential races. Then we ask them, how many times have you sat down with your president and asked him to preside over an issue that is imperative to your home, a divorce, a custody case, make a decision on setting a bond for a family member or friend, making a decision on if your cousin or son gets 20 years versus 5 years. And no one's ever sat down with the president in order to do so. And then a follow-up question is, well, how many times have you or someone that you knew go through the court system asking for a divorce or a custody case, having to ask the judge to be lenient on making sentencing rulings and judgments and things of that nature? And the entire room also stands up, because we have all been impacted by our judicial system one way or the other. And that simply shows how important it is to be involved in your judicial races.
Okay. We're going to make sure it happens some kind of way. We're going to keep hammering it.
Yes.
We are going to keep hammering it.
And she also does it helps help you memorize, vote all the way down the ballot. We get people to repeat it, vote
All the way down the ballot.
That tune's gonna stick in your head,
It
so
is.
when you go to the polls, you're gonna
What
remember.
tune was that again?
Vote
All the way down the ballot.
Just that simple.
Yeah,
We need a
that's-
record deal.
Where is Jay-Z?
Yeah, I mean, y'all, it did sound like a singing group. What was a singing group down in Waco that used to do? I think yeah. Come here looking like high five.
Yes. Look, whatever it is gonna take to get people motivated
Yes.
and energized to go to the polls, because them 4 ladies told them to go vote all the way down the ballot.
That's always dressed alike.
Ebony came out with that. She automatically knew who it was.
I did.
High five.
I love kissing game. Listen, I listen to High Five. They're from Waco. High Five.
Wow.
You gotta get caught up on what is that show they always tell you when after they finish their career and all that. But you know, you're not finishing your high son. Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Ms. Turner, you had mentioned Down syndrome.
Yes.
Okay, could you talk about that?
Sure, yes. So I have an almost 9-year-old son, he'll be 9 on March 8th, who was diagnosed with Down syndrome and did not know when I was pregnant. So I did not know that. It was a surprise. He actually was diagnosed with a heart condition at 7 weeks old. And so on the same day they told us that he had a heart condition that would require surgery, they came back and said, and this is the type of heart condition that's very common among children with Down syndrome. So we got hit with a 1-2 punch on the same day. And so I was like, okay, well, he's already 7 weeks old. I thought that was something we would have known by now. He didn't have any of the typical features, didn't have any problems latching on, didn't have any problems feeding. I went home with him in 2 days versus, with my other kids having to stay in the hospital a little bit longer. I had a great pregnancy. I had no idea. But those test results came back and he had Down syndrome.
Well, I wanted to go ahead and talk to you about that since you did mention it. And that being said, I know that when you run for office, your whole entire family runs for office.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that's something to consider. So, so thank you for sharing that with us.
Absolutely.
Now, have y'all been getting enough sleep between your singing sessions and everything?
What's that?
What is that?
What's sleep?
What is sleep?
And I'll tell
4
you,
hours.
4 hours.
we do.
It's about 4 hours.
We get sleep, but we also are committed to making sure that no stone is left unturned.
That's right.
On November the 8th, we want to know that we did everything.
Oh, you planning away November 8th.
November the 8th. So because
That's the general
that's the
election.
general
So,
election.
yeah, we need to educate on that too, because you got to vote twice.
Twice for us.
You got to vote 2 times. This upcoming election that we just mentioned for March 1st and then November the 8th. So March 1st keeps the candidate on the ballot. November the 8th puts the candidate in the seat.
Right.
So you got to come. You got to do it 2 times. So yeah.
And none of us have primary opponents. So when you get ready to vote March 1st, you're only going to see our name in our races. There won't be another candidate in our races
Oh, so you're the presumptive nominee then?
for the Democratic Party. Yes.
That sounds so good.
It does.
Say that again. The
You know, you're the
presumptive
presumptive
nominee.
nominee.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, you're the presumptive nominee, you know. Then the one person just got to vote.
That's all.
That's all.
Then
It's
you
gonna
become
it's gonna be
nominee.
four.
It's gonna be
It's gonna be
four.
four.
It's gonna get 4.
So hopefully you'll come back on the show and
We sure will.
Yes.
you'll be the nominee.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see who our opponents will be.
Yeah, so you don't want to mention no names of who the
Not
opponents.
at all.
Not really.
Not now.
We'll have a Republican.
Angelo, they always do this to me. I just
They
said-
can come find you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say, well, I'll interview them, you know. Hey,
Not at all.
you know, but you know,
And
hey.
not, and not this week after they've been
They been pulling our signs down.
Yeah,
They sure not gonna get no love
Took
today.
our sign
They
down.
won't get no love today.
Pulling our signs down and everything else. But you know, that's part of.
Yeah.
We knew what
That
to
shows the
expect.
threat.
Sure.
They not pulling no signs.
Yes,
Oh,
they
they
are.
are.
We got pictures.
Oh yes.
Oh, you got-
removing.
We
them.
got receipts.
We got receipts.
Yeah, we got receipts.
They-
Yeah,
I keep hearing that from attorneys this week. I have receipts.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
They're on
Oh,
the ground.
wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
they taking them down.
oh, wow. If
Remove
you-
them, cut them
if
off
you-
the fence.
Yep.
Is there any way to get this on here where we can put this on here?
I mean, if you can send me the video.
It's on
It's the photo.
Facebook page too.
Yeah,
It's a photo.
if
but
you could
where you
send it,
want to?
you send it to yeah, because we can go ahead and put that on there.
And don't get us wrong. Look, that's part of
That's
part
part
of
of
this,
politics,
That's part of
though.
politics. We understand that, and all that does is energize us more.
Even more.
And we just gonna
Keep
ramp it
pushing.
up. We gonna ramp it up.
But when you got involved in politics, and I know the next show is coming up, and so you at least you pretty well mic'd up and everything. So I'm cutting my time because you ladies have another show coming up, but I want you to come back.
We will.
You know,
Most definitely.
but possibly at that time. I don't understand why your signs got knocked down
And the other ones did.
And the other
and
ones
the other
did.
ones didn't. But the other thing I don't understand if you don't have a Democratic opponent.
We don't. That's why this
So
makes
why
sense.
knock the signs down?
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
And you're gonna be, what was that big word you used again? Presumptive.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Regardless.
Yes,
So
we're
that's it.
Regardless.
So why knock the signs down? There's the energy they could have. We don't have to knock that down.
Exactly.
Or focus on your race,
Yeah.
right?
How about
Focus
that?
on your race.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. I'm not advocating any knocking down signs.
Understood.
Common sense is
Understood.
like, if you're gonna do something bad, why
Make it
make
count.
it count?
Yeah, I mean,
I can't believe I'm having a conversation with some judges like that. I mean, you know, what can I say?
it literally means nothing. That's
Yeah,
it.
so it
That's
doesn't mean anything.
It
It's
does.
just being.
No,
So you
it's further
obviously
your cause.
attracted some attention.
We
Absolutely.
have. We have.
That's what it said
I
to
think
us.
right now it's a bigger issue, and then we'll go to the closing. I think it's the bigger issue here in Fort Worth, and I go to the closing right now and just say it. The bigger issue in Fort Worth now is the fact that black elected power is at stake, and you see black women coming into a power situation, and then you see society says, "Hell no." They ain't going there. And we see that from up ballot all the way to down ballot.
Right.
These are candidates that are here on down ballot. Put the camera on me, just straight on me. These are candidates that are down ballot. And they're down ballot. But we also have people up ballot that are black women that are suffering from the same fate that these candidates are suffering here. Kamala Harris is suffering that same fate. Whoever President Biden selects to be on the Supreme Court
Right.
Yes.
is being targeted the same way. And now it doesn't matter whether or not you put a sign on Miller Street. You know, you put a sign in Como, you put a sign on in East Side. We're still suffering that. It's not about making Tarrant blue, it's about making America right
Fair.
and fair.
Absolutely.
Justice for
Equity.
Yes.
And that's the reason why we need to make a change in the Tarrant County Courthouse. And that's the reason why we need to make a change throughout Tarrant County. Tarrant County is the largest county in the United States. Well, in Texas for sure.
Number 6.
Third largest in.
Now, I mean that
Don't happen.
doesn't have
That's right.
Representation.
It
It's
is.
not. Yeah.
Yes.
Democratic representation.
That's right.
And that's where we're at.
That's what
So as I allow them to go ahead and close out, that was my discourse, if you will. We're gonna flip it on them. And then when we come back, Fishbowl Radio Network, they'll be in the same seat. I'll be out of the hot seat, and they'll be right there with another show. All right, go ahead, kick it.
This is just an enormous opportunity for all of us. We know we are qualified, experienced, we know the law. And like you just said, I mean, you can see, I can feel that people are threatened, but we have the fire inside of us to make a change in Tarrant County. We've been here, I've been practicing in Tarrant County for over 20 years. We need substantive change, and I think we're gonna get that, and we're gonna be elected on November 8th.
Thank you again for having us here. I'm going to say my name again. It's MarQ Clayton. Please remember it when you go to the polls. Early voting starts Monday, February 14th, runs through February 25th, and the primary election day is on March 1st. Please show up and show out. Although we don't have a primary opponent, we need your vote because we need the numbers. We need to show that we are running viable candidates for our seats, and we have the voters that is going to elect us on November the 8th.
So my name is Ray-Gayden. I'm running to be your judicial candidate, your judge of the 324th District Court. My platform is to restore compassion, rebuild families, and reassure fairness. When you vote on March 1st and November the 8th, you will be making the crystal clear choice.
And I'm Ebony Turner, your judicial candidate for Tarrant County Criminal Court number 6. So I'm asking you to vote for effective judgments and efficient justice, Ebony for judge, on February 14th, or all the way through February 25th, or March 1st, and then again on November 8th. And remember to go all the way down the ballot, and we look forward to seeing you at the polls.
Can I say one more thing? I'm sorry. Follow us on our Facebook page. It's at the number 4 Tarrant, at 4 Tarrant. You can link all of us individually from that one page. Also, check us out Monday. We will be live with Vote Fort Worth, Keisha Brazil. We'll be doing our civics. So get more voter education Monday, 9 p.m., Vote Fort Worth Facebook page.
All right, and I'm Ed Gray of the Commish Radio Show, and then we're about to, well, I'm about to leave. They're about to stay. But hey, we were here with 4 Tarrant, or Tarrant 4.
Whatever you want to call it.
I mean,
just vote.
I'm just looking because they look like a group, man. and they have everything. They in order, like judges have things in order. Because I'm reading this and they say the choice is crystal clear. I see what you did.
Yeah.
It is time to make your mark.
Yes.
I saw what you did there. For effective judgments and efficient justice, we will win because we are better together.
Amen.
All right. See you guys back tomorrow. Commish Radio Show.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. You got a little experience behind that mic.
Who was that masked man? You mean you don't know? That was no masked man. That was the Commish. Saturdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on the Fishbowl Radio Network.
This is Marquise Hawkins, candidate for House District 100, and you're listening to the Commish Radio with Ed Gray.